Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. This is another banger show. Tonight we're talking about mangoes. The reason for that is we're getting close to summer. And yeah guys, just sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Sorry about the sun, it's crazy. Okay guys, so the first recipe I want to review, just to return the favor, is Mowie. Now, by the time that we are featuring this show, this recipe will be live, but at this point in time, it is still hidden. So I have asked Mowie to make it live, and I'm going to be doing just a live review and talking about this recipe. So what is this? He's got a small little description down here. Funky, vibrant, layered pineapple with a bit of ripe mango. Okay, so we're looking for pineapple vape. Round it off with some vanilla to add an extra funk. WS23 for that ice vibe. Give it 3 days and enjoy. Okay, so I'm dripping this on my Hadley. So I should get a nice, bright top note from this. So let's give this a whirl. See what happens with this. So, where am I at with this recipe? It's delicious, okay? This is a delicious recipe. This is right up my alley. What was interesting in this recipe for me is that the vanilla in here, I was like, whoa, this is going to throw this recipe a little bit. I'm not sure what it's going to be doing. So I'm going to break it down. Funky, vibrant, layered pineapple with a bit of ripe mango. So, just because he talks about the layered pineapple and then ripe mango, I think what he's talking about here is it's a blended pineapple mango, and that's 100% what I'm getting from this. The ethyl vanillin does help round off the sharp edges from the pineapple and the mango, but not so it takes away, from that vibrancy from the two. This is still very ripe and very, very bright, to me. So the vanilla that was used to round this off, I think you can also think about anywhere shisha vanilla. I think that has got a little bit of cream, but it's not so obvious, not so obvious. So, what will happen is it will just give this mango a little bit more body. Funky pineapple, lovely pineapple, a little bit thin. Golden pineapple, lovely pineapple, slight little bit of body to it. Iffy mango, lovely mango, little bit thin. So you have to work with that, right? The super sweet does help in here to just bring in some syrupiness, and the WS23 coolness, but also distracts you from somewhat thin flavors, right? But all in all, I'm going to give this recipe a tip of the banger. The only thing that needs to potentially happen here is, working on that body, and it's really difficult to do that. There's not a lot of options. You can go with a little bit of cream, but I like what Mowie has done in here with the ethyl vanillin, and that definitely to me is work, dude, work. So yeah, congratulations Mowie for putting out a really good recipe. When it comes to mangoes, I'm quite specific about what I want to taste, and this is definitely giving me something that I'll mix up again. So tip of the banger for you, Mowie. Well done.
Hi guys, welcome to another show of bangers. So we're doing mango, everybody's favorite. Well, mostly everybody's favorite. I think it's a very versatile type of concentrate in terms of flavor. I mean, who doesn't like a good fruit mix with a little bit of mango? You can go mango top heavy, you can go mango back note, you can do a passion fruit. So I thought I'll do something different for this show. It's sort of the community bangers idea, where I reached out to the local South African WhatsApp group for black vapor and asked for some recipes to review. Probably a very brave idea. I needed to have the right concentrates, and lucky me, I did. So I got reached out by two mixes, and I'm gonna do a review on both of their mixes. So I'm gonna look at the first one by Hub 26, Gunter. How's it brew? And let's have a look at his recipe, and I'll break it down for you shortly. Lychee Mango Milk Cream by Hub 26. So it has 1.3% TFA Bavarian cream, 3.5% Flavor Express Mango, 0.5% Flavora Milk and Honey, 0.3% Capella Super Sweet, and then 2.5% Capella Sweet Lychee. So Gunter reached out to me and told me that he actually didn't mix this up. He is going to try it out, and he said, yeah, go ahead, give it a go, give it a bash. And he even told me that, look, if it's not good, tell him. And I mean, he just wanted some advice, and we were having a good chat about it, and which is pretty cool, because I mean, that's what DIY is all about. I'm not the greatest of mixes, but we learn from each other, and that's how you get better and better at it. And yeah, so I mixed this one up, and the main guy here is Flavor Express Mango. Now, I'm sure everybody jumped on that hype train for Flavor Express Mango. I mean, there's a lot of mangoes out there. There's raw mangoes, mangoes by Raw, there's Hang Seng, there's Inawera, there's Capella, there's just lots of them. I personally like that very fresh, ripe type of mango, fruity feel with some ice. I do a lot of experimenting with Effie Mango, with a few other rebranded mango. Everybody knows about Double Mango. It's rebranded here in South Africa, and there's Double Mango, there's Mango Juice. Then you've got the whole raw line, which is green mango, yellow mango. There's enough mangoes. So when I mix this one up, I'll tell you what, it needed the steep, because when I tried it after 2 or 3 days, I thought, look, Gunter, you probably going for a yogurt here, like a sort of milky type of yogurt, because to me, when I vaped it about 3 days into the steep, it felt like a really like a yogurt that you didn't think that you were actually making, and it was good. It was decent, and I gave it a bit more time to steep a bit. I see the lychee sort of went really behind in the back note, where when I chatted to Gunter, he said that he wanted the lychee to be that back note, but he was looking more towards a mango milk. Flavora Milk and Honey, absolutely amazing concentrate. You can do a lot with it. You can add it, you can experiment with it, you can add it to whatever you want. Bavarian cream at 1.3%, mixed with the milk and honey. I think it just needed a lot more time to just blend in nice to create a nice mild mango milk, and that's what I think it is. It's a mild mango milk. Your Flavor Express mango, It's not on the extremely ripe side, because the the milk base that he's used, or the milk base that he's trying to use, okay, sort of not faded it out, but it just sort of dropped it a bit of a notch when it came to that full blown mango feel. So it is a mango milk at a more subtle type of mango milk, where you're not really getting mango in your face, that kind of thing. And it's a good a good foundation for Gunter to work on. We had a chat about it, and he actually, and I gave him a few ideas, and then we were speaking about a particular milk base that was created by TFV in their Layers show, which was the milk layers base, Flavora, milk and honey. Not too sure what other concentrates are in there, but maybe I'll post that link to that. And we were speaking about that particular milk base, and I have tried the milk base. I'm just off my head, I just can't get the concentrates concentrates in it, but it's a basic base. And TFV, the team, they did some layers shows, and it's a good, decent base to work with. I think work with that base and add a bit of add your Effie mango, and maybe even layer the mango. As much as Effie mango is right now a really good mango to work with, personally I still feel that it needs a little bit more lift. If you're that type of vapor that wants that full-blown mango in your face, I'm that type of vapor. I want to taste that mango. That mango needs to be that full-blown in your face. So like I said, there's a lot of mangoes out there. In South Africa we have most of the mangoes. I think we're still lagging behind a little bit on a few other special mangoes, but everybody knows about the usual suspects: your Capella sweet mango, your Inawera Shisha mango, the raw series, which is Malaysian, and then the famous double mango by a particular vaping shop that stocks it. It is rebranded, so there is no actual confirmation on where that mango comes from, you know. So I'll give Gunter a first pump for this one, and it's a good mix. It does need a little bit more work, and a little bit more direction in terms of where you really want to go with this type of mango milk. The base that Gunter used is good, but it can be better. The sweetness is just right, maybe a little bit on the sweeter side, because Bavarian cream on its own is sweet. It's a sweet cream, so it adds a little bit more to the sweetness, gives it a thick mouthfeel. It gives it a full on milky vape, and yeah, it's a very good and decent mix. So well done to you, Gunter, and we'll keep in touch. Cool, thanks.
For my two mango mixes, I went off the beaten path a bit. Would have been easy to mix up a mango cream or a sort of tropical fruit mix or whatever, but I thought I'd do something a little bit different. And I chose two mixes that have a kind of Alfred pudding theme to them. The first one is Mango Cola by ATF user 8062282. Now this recipe just takes Alfred Pudding's 007 Cola and layers in a mango top note flavour. So essentially you're ending up with a mango Coke, which was immediately quite intriguing to me. I'd never even considered that or thought of it, so I thought let's mix this up and have a look-see. Let's just go through the recipe first. Obviously it's based on the Alfred putting 007 Cola, which is 0.4% Flavor West Blood Orange, 0.4% FA Vanilla Bourbon, 3.5% Vape Train Fizzy Sherbet, a drop of Flavora Rich Cinnamon, roughly 0.25% Cap Super Sweet, and then 1% of WS23 for cooling. And the mango layer consists of 5% Cap Sweet Mango, complemented with 1% TFA Philippine Mango. Now, I was immediately a little bit alarmed about that. Cap Sweet Mango is not a flavor I like to use much above around 2%. It starts getting very overripe and funky for me. But I mean, I was trying a recipe that was very different anyway, so I thought, let's give it a bash. And I was fairly pleasantly surprised by the result. That overripe, funky nature of the Cap Sweet Mango didn't materialize. It comes across as quite a good tasty mango. It's layered in nicely with the Coke. What happens is that at the very start of the exhale, you get that that sort of sharp sweetness of the Coke. Then you get like a blast of mango that comes through, and as the exhale tails off, you then get that mouth coating at the back of the palate, that sort of sweet, syrupy, but nevertheless still quite chemical and sharp Coca-Cola coating at the back of the palate. So it hangs together quite nicely. The balance of the flavors is quite good. The mango doesn't dominate the Coke or vice versa. So essentially what you're getting, I mean, it's difficult to think of a mango flavored Coke, but if you could think of having a mouthful of mango that you're chewing and then washing it down with a swig of Coke, that's probably as close as you're going to get to how this vapes. Initially, I was quite pleased that it doesn't clash. The two flavors work together quite well. It's quite tasty. The sweetness level is good. It's quite juicy. Generally, there's nothing off or wrong about it. But with extended vaping, I came to the very solid realization of why Coca-Cola have never made a mango-flavored Coke, because the two flavors, as much as they don't clash, it's just a combination that I couldn't really wrap my head around. My palate just kept saying, no, these are two different things I'm vaping, which even if they aren't unpleasant together, they don't really go together that well. They're just too different. So overall, I can't really think of any way that I'd change this, because I mean it's a mango Coke. You can't get away from that. The Coke layer is good. The mangoes work with the Coke. So there's nothing really wrong with the recipe. It's just the type of thing that, you know, especially with extended vaping, I just couldn't really get used to it. It wasn't something that I thought to myself, yeah, I can see myself vaping this quite often. So the probability is that I wouldn't mix this again. I'll still mix cola vapes and mango vapes. I just don't think I'll put them together. But that said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's quite pleasant to vape, and it is very different. So 8062282 gets a fist pump from me for trying something different, putting two profiles together that one ordinarily wouldn't think of. That to me is a big part of what DIY is all about. It's trying flavor combos that aren't conventional, and it doesn't fail on that score. It's an interesting and different juice, but as I say, it's probably a juice that I would not mix again, or at least not that much. I might make it, you know, once a year, once every 18 months or so, just to have something a little bit different and to, you know, test the palate in a different way. But not a staple for me. However, if you're looking for something different, either from a cola vape or from a mango vape, maybe give this a try. Maybe your palate will take to it more than mine did, and who knows, it could end up becoming a staple in your rotation. So thank you for that, 8062282.
Okay guys, the next recipe that I want to chat about is Blood Mango Ice by Wayne Walker in your Ricklaw or DIY and DIY or Die. So I haven't mixed up many of Wayne's fruity sort of recipes. Most is just like a fruit cream, cakey things that I've mixed up from him, and or ice cream stuff, and that's always been delicious. So this was something that I wanted to check out. This is how he describes it. This is a blood orange, mango and tangerine topped with ice. Okay, so we have here a blood orange layer with Flavor West blood orange and F.A. Tanger. This combo was coined by Daz Cole in his fantastic recipe. Then we've got an old school mango layer here with Cap Sweet Mango and FLV Mango. This was our go-to for quite some time before we discovered some of the other mangoes around, or before they really became accessible to us here in South Africa. So I kind of know what to expect in here. However, the Cap Sweet Guava, this edition, is interesting to me. He doesn't talk about exactly what that does. I think that is to, just add more to this, because this here is for me like a Malaysian style fruity mix, or you could even go as far as slightly sort of tropical mix, and that Cap Sweet Guava is just going to fill out some of the dead spots in the mix, maybe give it a little bit more body by layering another fruit in there. So that's what I'm expecting of this. Let's give this a smash-a-roo. I'm dripping this in my Entheon just to see how the body is working for me, because this is a bunch of fruits layered together, so I'm checking for body. Okay, so this kind of mix is, this kind of mix is really up my alley. Icy fruity. I mean, we're approaching summer now here in South Africa, so I'm looking for icy recipes again, and clouds, and yeah, I have to say, when it comes to mangoes, I'm going to be quite critical. This is something that I'm passionate about. I've tried many mangoes, I've tried many mango recipes, so I feel that I've got an ability to give some advice where it's needed and that kind of thing. For this recipe here, it is delicious. I wouldn't change anything, to be honest. The blood orange and tango layer over here works wonderfully. It's nice and almost beverage like, so you get like a wet sort of vibe in the mix, so it's not dry fruit, which is delicious. And then the mango used in here, so you get this blast of blood orange, and then at the top, at the back of your palate, you just get this coating of mango. So I wouldn't call this a blend, and Wayne also doesn't call it a blend. It's it's just two fruits that really gel well together, so you're getting two fruits not at the same time, almost at different parts of your vape as you blow it out, but super delicious. Lovely sweetness added to this. There's body, so I don't taste the guava whatsoever, so that is definitely in there. It's layered in there for a little bit more body, I feel, and to just to flesh out this potentially thin mix, you know what I mean. And yeah, for that, I've seen 2 people have rated this recipe at 2 stars. Let's look at the reviews over here. This is my older vape for summer, delicious, spot on. And Screwdriver says, excellent mango vape for the summer day, so refreshing and full of flavor, just delicious. Wayne, yeah, I'm gonna echo that 100% for me. This is a delicious fruity vape. If you love mango, if you love blood orange, you have to try this out. I think there's 2 layers in there that you need to know about that have been used and are really good. So that blood orange layer, you need to know about that one. and the guava layer that's also used in here, not the guava, excuse me, the mango layer. You need to know about that. And together they're magic. So well done, Wayne. This is a delicious recipe. I'm going to put down a review for you. Well done. Full on banger for you, my dude. Cheers.
For my second mango, I mixed up an actual Alfred pudding recipe, and this one is Grango 123. Alfred describes it as an experiment in which he put together his least favorite fruit flavor, which is grape, with his favorite fruit flavor, which is mango. So let's just have a look at the recipe. It's 2% Inawera grape, 3% Flavora mango, and then he suggests either 1% FA peach white or 1% FA apricot. And he says they both work, but for different reasons. I tried the peach white recipe. I will also mix up the apricot one because this is an intriguing mix. But for the show, I only tested the peach white one. Now, just some background from my part. Grape is not my favorite flavor, but it's far from my worst as well. In real life, I enjoy grape Tizer, I enjoy grape bubblegum, I can drink Fanta grape, so it's not a flavor I have any problems with. My problem is that in vaping, I've found that flavor companies are very good at getting a grape skin flavor, but aren't that good at getting the actual grape fresh flavor. All of the grape flavors that I've tried hit very hard, they're very prominent, and the Inawera grape specifically is the single flavor in my stash that I would attribute to being the most chemical. It's not that it's it's artificial or off-tasting, it just has that overwhelming chemical presence in it. There's no doubt when you're vaping it that this is now chemicals that you are vaping. So it's a flavor that I've struggled with. It's very prominent, it announces itself, it bullies other flavors, it takes over mixes. So it's a flavor I've really battled to use. I tried it in Grape and I couldn't vape that. It just didn't work at all for me. So I didn't have the highest expectations of this. I was expecting another Inawera grape mix that just doesn't quite do it for me. And props to Alfred, he's pulled this one off. This is an Inawera grape recipe that I actually really enjoy. What happens is that the Flavora mango and the FA peach white soften that bully Inawera grape flavor, and they pull it back into not more realistic territory, but certainly more palatable territory. For me, if I could best describe it as it takes a lot of the skin out of the grapey flavor, it takes that sort of chemical skin note out and injects more of the grape flesh, the actual grape fruit flavor, the squishy jellied fruit type flavor. The three flavors are all identifiable. You taste the grape, you taste the mango, you taste the peach, but they combine into something that is really rather strange. It's like eating a peeled grape that is orange in color. It's quite strange, but it's at the same time it's very pleasant. It's much softer than most grape flavors are. It doesn't assert itself the same way. It's sweet enough, it's palatable, it's pleasant, it's different. So for that alone, this recipe succeeds for me. About the only criticism I could have of it is that it registers as a little bit dry. Inawera grape, I found, has a tendency to come across as quite dry and almost powdery, and that registers in this vape as well. What I could see myself doing with this is mixing this with Molenberry American bubblegum to get myself almost a grape, not quite a grape bubblegum, but almost like you took a grape bubblegum and mixed it with, say, a juicy fruit bubblegum, and you had both types of gum in your mouth at the same time. I think that Molenberry bubblegum will add a little bit of juiciness that'll counteract that dryness in the mix. And I think it'll also move it towards something that's not just a medley of fruits. It actually will become a bubblegum, which is where I think this mix would work best for my palate as a gum rather than as a fruit mix. But this is a fine mix. It's been well crafted. It takes the strong part of Inawera, the fact that it's a very prominent and unmistakably grape skin type of purple flavor. It softens that, takes the good parts of it, takes away the bad parts, and mellows it out with that Flavora mango and FA peach white to give you a much more gentle, a much more palatable, but nevertheless still a very strong and flavorful. This mix is the type of mix that's going to work well in an MTL setup. It's flavorful, it hits hard, there's no lack of flavor there at all. It's very prominent in your face flavor, but it's not harsh in any way. It avoids the pitfalls of other Inawera grape mixes. So yeah, this is well worth trying. If you have trouble with mango flavors, or if you have trouble with grape flavors, maybe try this one. Try the two together. It's a well-rounded mix. You can taste the different fruits, but they all come together to make something that is quite different and quite unique. So it's experimental, but it's experimental in a very good way. It works, and I can see myself vaping this again, but not only vaping it again, but trying it with different things. As I say, the Molenberry bubblegum would be my first port of call, but this is a base that I think I will probably experiment with quite a bit. It's the best recipe I've found that uses Inawera grape. So for that alone, it's a recipe that I'll be making again. And for that, Alfred gets a tip of the banger. Very good recipe, Alfred. Thank you.
So for my next recipe, Dane from the Black Vapor group reached out to me and gave me his recipe called Grango. He told me to go ahead and give it a mix, and I went out, mixed it up, steeped it. So let's have a look at the recipe and I'll give you my notes afterwards. So Grango by Dane. So this has LA banana cream at 0.75, WS23 at 0.60, citric acid at 0.35, double black currant at 0.4%, Fuji apple at 0.5%, FE grape at 1.63%, TFA grape juice at 0.75, FE mango at 2.75, TFA sweet cream at 1.23, and Flavor West sweetener at 1%. So Grango, grape mango. That's exactly what it is. It's a grape mango. And I know why Dane called it Grango and didn't put the mango in front of the grape. Because after a good steep, I think it had about an 8 or 9 day steep, Flavor Express grape and TFA grape juice took over this mix. It is a grape forward juice with the mango in the back. The sweet cream and the banana cream really helped round everything off with the mouthfeel. Gives it a good thick full vape. It's an ice juice, it's a summer juice, so the WS23 helped that out. I vaped it for 3-4 days first, and the mango was a lot more prominent, but with that grape layer and the black currant, it definitely toned down the FE mango. So I mean, not all juices, not all mango juices needs to be mango forward or mango prominent or in your face type of mango. I like it in your face mango. I would have probably did it the other way around. We get the mango more up, layer it with maybe even another mango or bump up FE mango. But that is how he wanted it, and it's an enjoyable juice. The sweet cream and the banana cream, I had to use TFA banana cream, and I used Flavor Art blackcurrant because I did not have the other two concentrates. I did speak to him. He said it's perfectly fine to sub it, and it turned out well. I mean, banana cream and FE mango, it definitely helps out the mango. But vaping this even after the long steep, I enjoyed it. I actually finished up I think I made about 12 mils of it, and it was a nice lovely vape, but it was a lot more grape forward. It's because I've worked with FE Grape and that exact sort of combo with the FE Grape and the TFA, and if you're adding things like blackcurrant, bullberry, it really does push that grape high. It brings out the grape sort of notes of the juice. So the citric acid, look, I don't use citric acid, it's in there. It's probably there just to lift everything up and to give it a lot more bolder feel and bolder taste, and I think it does have that. Just that my personal preference would be to get the mango a little bit more high, but it's still a great vape. I'll give you a definite first pump for this one, Dane. Go out and try this recipe out if you want, and it's good that we can share these things, and we can speak about it openly, and get different tips and ideas from each other, because that's how we learn, and that's how you just become better and better at DIY. I definitely enjoyed this one, and maybe I'll be doing this in the future with a few other bangers shows. I'll think about it, and it's a different. I thought I'll do a little bit. Thought I'll do it a little bit different. Would just randomly get recipes from the viewers, from the people, because we reached our 1,000 subs, and thank you, the people that helped us as a team reached our 1,000 mark, and definitely a double fist pump for everyone, and help us get to our next milestone, 1,500, and we hope to just keep growing and bringing out content to the viewers, to you. And we are open to suggestions, and there are a few things in the pipeline that we'll work on, and so with this bangers show, I enjoyed it, so I'll catch you on the next one.
Okay guys, so I just wanted to thank everybody that has joined for the show here on chat while we are premiering this, and also for the people that's watching the replay. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Look at the description of this video below to see all the channels that I would recommend you go and subscribe to. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. Also hit that like button, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Leave a comment down below of mango recipes that you like and you have tried and would recommend. So guys, thank you very much again for watching, and cheers. Till next week. Bye.